What's up, guys? Nobody's here. Hope you guys are having a good Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully somebody will pop in the live that I'm doing. The reason for this one, guys, is I heard about this story again through none other than Tom DeBlas. What's up, guys? Yeah, Tom DeBlas. He's the one on social media every day. All right, we got like 46 people in here now. All right, what's up, guys? There was a situation, I guess. I don't know what state. I think it was out on the East Coast, Maryland. So in the state of Maryland, father was fatally body slammed and repeatedly punched in the head outside his home while protecting his son, who's 14, from high school bullies. But he did throw the first punch. So, guys, I don't know if you heard about this. So I'm going to take a look. I've already seen it once. I'm going to try to show you guys the footage, just pointing the camera at the screen. But, yeah, it's super grainy. Not the best footage. Maybe there's a better one out there, but let's see. All right, guys. So check this out. See the circle right here? You can barely see. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So they're going up to the house. And then I guess this is the father coming out. Right there in the circle, that's the father. So they're confronting him about his son. I guess they want to like beat up his son. And he's like, nah, my son's in the house. So now you can see that he throws a punch. And then there's a bunch of dudes and they start grabbing him. And somehow he ends up out here. And then a double leg dump lift. And the dude's unconscious. And they hit him, what is that, about 5 times after he's unconscious. So then another fight breaks out right here. I don't know who that is. But anyway, that's how quick it can happen, guys. So it wasn't as crazy looking as I thought it was going to be. Like I thought we were going to see something nuts. Let me go ahead and turn that off. So I thought we were going to see something like really bad, like gruesome. It was so far away that we didn't get to see much, but it says the attackers comprising of 3 teenagers and 2 adults. So there was adults there. Let's see. They approached his home to initiate a fight. After the father threw the first punch, the group launched at him and rained down blows before throwing him violently to the ground. Then continued to punch Wright, who was already unconscious and bleeding out, before fleeing the scene. So, absolutely horrible. Terrible. Trying to look at any more pertinent information. So, they exchanged words with the group on his front lawn before throwing a punch at a man in a black t-shirt. The dad then retreats back, heading towards his home, as the swarm of attackers pushed forward and began beating him. Seconds later, the man in the black t-shirt slams Wright to the ground. So I don't know if it was an adult that slammed him or if it was a kid in between 2 vehicles, and launches a tirade of punches at his head as he lays motionless on the road. And then another fight breaks out. That's what we don't know who that is. So somebody checks on him. He's still lying unconscious. And the group realized he is not moving. They can then be seen scattering as someone screams out in the background. Another repeatedly shouts, "What the F?" Two more people in the group go to check on Wright again, examining his head. Man, the attackers told his 12-year-old son, who watched the ordeal, "I'm sorry, call 911." Man, so this is just horrible all around. The dude had, looks like 3 kids and a girlfriend. He was 43 years old, or 40. Yeah, his fiance is 44. He was 43. Man, so I read a little bit further. It looks like his kid was getting in a lot of fights at school. So I don't know. I mean, again, it has nothing to do with this one, but maybe his kid was getting in fights with other people, and then they came back to retaliate. Who knows if his son was being a bully or not. I don't know, but I know I've heard both stories. So I guess his son might have beat up a kid at school or something. So anyway, man, it can happen fast, you guys. It can happen really fast. That was incredibly fast. The only thing I can really comment on as a martial arts instructor to you guys that train, let's just say it's us. Let's say we're the ones getting picked up. If we're getting picked up, knowing how to break fall is incredibly important. Not that you can always control it, because if Bob Sapp picks you up and drops you on your head, or Quentin Jackson or something like that, you're not going to be able to stop too much. It is possible that a break fall can still save you, but save your life possibly, but knowing what to do. But think about this. The guy was probably about the same size. So, if you know how to fall properly, most of the time you can prevent the big catastrophic slam on a concrete. I certainly know, obviously it doesn't help you when there's 5 dudes, but it could. You never know. I have a quick story of running out. It was less than a year ago. It was rainy, and there was a big puddle of water outside, and I had just pulled the bottoms of my flip-flops off and pulled the grip off my flip-flops. And I was running out to my car, and so the bottom of my flip-flops were completely flat without the tread on them. And I was on basically ice skates and slipped straight out on concrete, went full horizontal, and boom, it was bad. And, but you know what? I didn't hit my head. I slapped the ground as hard as I could. It hurt. I felt the bolt of lightning shoot through my back, but I laid there in the water for about probably 5 to 10 seconds in pain. But what's funny is I got up, after about 5 to 10 seconds, shook it off, and just went, oh my gosh, that could have been serious. I didn't hit my head. I tucked my chin. On my hand, I felt a little pain in my hand from whacking the concrete. But, man, just knowing how to break fall can sometimes save your ass. So, if it happens to us, we need to know how to fall properly. We have to know takedowns so that we can defend lifting takedowns. It looked like a double leg. It looked like the guy grabbed his legs and lifted. And again, when you don't know how to position your body, you'll kind of go over like a sack of potatoes. And that's looks like what happened. What if we're the ones doing it? What if you guys are in a fight? What if you feel it's self-defense, but you pick up a guy and you dump him on his head and he doesn't know how to fall? Or you're Nate Diaz and you put him in a guillotine and you drop him on his head, like I've mentioned before. You guys could, seriously, it could totally alter your life. A double leg could be self-defense, and you just drop him down and get away. As I've talked about in the past, I was jumped by 3 guys in ski masks. I double-legged one of the guys. I lifted him and chucked him, but I did not dump him on his head. The point being, I totally get it. If you're fighting for your life and you got to kill someone, you got to kill someone, but that deserves it. But that's, this looks much more like a tragedy of, fight, and people get hot-headed, and I don't know the specifics exactly, but it doesn't look like horrible people. It's not like someone is a murderer trying to rob someone or something like that, or just trying to murder someone, and then it's not self-defense per se. It's just a fight. But what probably would have been much better as just a fight, like a one-on-one fight, not a 5-on-1 fight, turns into somebody losing their life. So if you're the one, even if it is self-defense, and you kill someone, you never know how it's going to get turned against you. Even if it is self-defense, is there video footage? Are there witnesses? Are these witnesses going to be on your side in the matter? Or are they going to say, nah, this guy's crazy. He trains martial arts, and he lifted and dumped him right on his head and tried to kill him. And then imagine throwing 4 or 5 unanswered blows after someone's unconscious. So in the heat of the moment, you got to control yourselves, is what I'm saying. If you guys get in a fight, you're trained, you guys should use your training. Try to walk away when you can. If you can't, you got to fight. You got to do what you got to do. But, man, slams on the concrete have consequences. Those consequences could be death. They could be prison time. They could be altering your body's ability to function for the rest of your life. Maybe you don't die, but maybe you're in a wheelchair the rest of your life because you didn't brake fall properly. Or maybe you go away for a long time because you put somebody in a wheelchair. So it's just terrible all around, but that's my words for the day on this subject. I'm hanging out at the gym. It's Sunday, day before Memorial Day. And hope you guys are having a good day. I'm doing a little barbecuing myself, so I'm going to try to change the subject. How are you guys doing? Let's see. Let me see if is there any comments? Let's see. Them kids probably still going to jail. Yeah, they have no suspect. That's what I also saw that article. So, salam alaikum. Malaikum salam, my friend. Yeah, people watch too much MMA and then they think it's safe in the street as it is in the octagon. So, I'm sorry it's not bringing Pops back. Yeah, it's totally tragic. Wow. Yeah, so BJ, I don't know if somebody else said it, but there was a father that lost his life, got in a fight with like some kids and maybe a couple adults. Looked like 3 teenagers and 2 adults. And he got dumped on his head on the concrete. So, anyway. Better tried by 12 than carried by 6. Yeah, that's a common saying. But either way, it's not always necessary. So, I guess the only way that applies, being tried by 12, would be if the guy that died pulled out a gun and shot the dudes, because he obviously is carried by 6 or cremated. But the point being, man, I don't think that this one should have went this far, right? So why do people forget to kick? Jim Fuller, what does that have to do with it? Yeah, I mean, what do I recommend for families that doesn't have anyone in the house that knows how to defend someone? I would say learn something. I mean, there's weapons. You guys could have guns. You could have tasers. You could have bear spray. You could have knives. You could have, I mean, there's lots of different self-defense tools. A baseball bat. It's not always the best answer to have a weapon, but sometimes it is. So sometimes the best answer is violence. But I'm not sure that this one needed to go that way. But the father, maybe he felt like throwing a punch was the most important thing to do. I think it's more likely we need a cooler head. Think about that. Like, if he knew, I like to think of martial arts, not just physical, but also, how do we battle? How do we fight with our words? Are you able to stay calm? Just like in, a lot of you guys probably do jiu-jitsu or kickboxing. You know how to stay calm in the ring or in a cage or on a mat. If you know how to stay calm, then you need to learn how to take that into verbal battles, so that verbal battles don't turn into violence like this, where someone loses their life. Had the gentleman, again, I don't know what was said. I heard that his family was threatened and they were threatening to come inside. That's what I heard. But think about this. If he didn't throw the punch, maybe he could have just backed away. Sometimes it's better to be called a coward and just get back in the house. That could have been an option. But you don't know. Maybe they wouldn't have let him. But I kind of, after seeing the video, I kind of think that his first punch probably was the catalyst that got it going. So, either way, those are some thoughts. And even me talking to you guys helps me as well. Think about things. So, yeah, BJ said, I don't understand fighting outside. Why can't others walk away? Obviously, you can't always walk away, but over arguments, walk away. So, yep. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys have an amazing Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of brisket in a second. Here, check this out. This is one of my hobbies, guys. So we got the brisket going right now. We got the beef tallow right here. Okay. And this is my rig right here. So got the firebox. If you guys didn't know, something I do quite a bit is barbecue. Something I love to do on the side. Barbecuing all the time. We got to get that heat up. Look, we're at 200. So we're going to have to add some wood to the fire. Get that going. All right, guys. Thank you so much for all your support on the channel. Love you guys. Have a good Memorial Day weekend. And it's Coach Brian. I'm signing off. I'll see you guys next time with more great stuff. Take care.